Hello, everybody.
Welcome to
It's been a while. The gray. Yes, yeah. The gray beard.
the graveyard. Bigfoot grooming himself.
It's terrible. We've been sitting here for the past, half hour, trying to figure out what's wrong with
troubleshooting
computers. So we switched computers. Part of the topics or discussions people have been having with us is that we need to have better video quality, better looks, like the green screen they have back behind us right now.
have something on it.
I really hope that you guys see something other than green. But we figured it out for the hockey. Oh my god, the hockey discussion. We did not talk about hockey at all.
And not just that, we fucked up our predictions. Woo!
Oh right. Well, I mean, none of them should have gotten anywhere. Friggin' Las Vegas. Look, man. Look. There's no ice in Las Vegas. Not
That's
just
not
that there's no ice
theory.
in Las Vegas.
That's not a good theory.
They're running out of water.
But it showed your theory about places having no ice, having hockey teams.
Well,
not valid.
I'll tell you though, if people from those places are the ones that were playing the hockey for those teams,
Yeah, they would.
sure,
No.
it'd
They
be
would
quite
win.
valid.
But they wouldn't win. They
But
wouldn't win.
no, they wouldn't win at all. Because half these teams, where are they players from, Blake? Canada. Really, they are.
Canada, America. America's there too. And then there's
I'd like to find out what percentage. We should look that up.
the European players and stuff too.
Yes.
So it's been a while.
It's been quite a while. I have not checked comments in forever.
Yeah, we had made 6-7 episodes while I was working so we wouldn't be recording.
Oh, well, yeah. So we have 8 episodes overall with the shorts. I noticed that we missed a short for number 6.
Did we?
Yeah, we missed that one. We double checked that day. We were doing all of them.
Yeah,
But nope,
we missed one.
we missed one. Yeah.
Shit happens.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, the thing. Not that we're cool pro professionals that you're paying us, I think we should get have to zoom in our faces every once in a while. Because I feel half of the coolness is how I look.
You're part of our identity.
Identity crisis. Well, no
On
crisis.
YouTube, when they see you, they associate the gray.
Right. When they say you, it is, hey, no, most people that watch us is probably your friends. Because they're all like, hey, who's with you? I don't know who that is.
Yeah, no, I get that. And we're like, you don't remember him from school? It's Carl.
Yeah. Although we were at your son's graduation party and people were like, oh, I know who you are. I'm like, I don't know who you are.
Like, how do you know me again?
We went to school together.
YouTube.
Oh, no. But I mean, Aldenis? Oui, Aldenis's wife.
Yes, Cynthia.
Yeah. She's like, I remember you. I'm like, oof. Especially younger than me grades, unless you were like my nieces and nephews. Yeah. No idea.
But she would have went to school with Tamara.
See, I was wondering if she knew Tamara because
Same age.
I felt once she said she knew me a couple of younger,
Yeah.
I figured to be close to there.
So we're actually smoking cigars.
Well, he is. I haven't started yet because I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
And I don't like smoking.
Show him that band while we're at it, Carl, because this has been covered on the past episode. This is the generic green band that's on every cigar you buy in Canada, because our government thinks this will stop people like me, him, and all the other cigar enthusiasts and smokers across Canada to stop smoking cigars and shit.
WD Robusto on every one of them, or just because this is that brand or whatever?
WD is the brand. The Robusto is the size.
Okay, so the generic label is a green because I've seen some cool stuff.
Yeah.
Like military grade almost, how fancy they are. But WD is the brand,
Yeah.
and Robusto is the cigar model.
Size, yeah.
Oh, size. Yeah. Interesting.
Robusto.
And it has a good burn from what he was showing me there.
Yeah, very.
Cool. Yeah. So how do you like this up, Blake?
Well, you're gonna have to punch it first.
I'll have to punch it.
This
Okay,
is what
cool.
I bought today. It's a punch, not a cutter. So you might just lick the tip a little bit in case it's dry. Because if you not like that, and then you punch the end.
So just push
in. Try to make it evenly, yeah. Push it in there. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Just cut it, then take it out. Then all you do with that is you close it.
I lost my label.
That goes there.
Cool.
So then roast. That's how the punch looks.
Oh, instead of just cutting it straight. Yep, I see.
And it doesn't destroy all the cap and stuff, and you get
Keeps it together a
a
little
lot
bit more.
less small particles in your mouth.
Okay.
Like,
oh, that's good.
'cause sometimes
yeah,
when you cut-
man, smoking a joint with you there, it's like it's all fucking like soaked and wet.
that's not me. That's Austin.
I don't know. Oh, something distorted there. So then you just this is like a torch.
Yeah. So toast.
Are we even allowed to like smoke on screen? Oh, not when it's free YouTube. If it's paid Spotify, maybe.
No. Now you need to light it again. You just toasted it.
We will see if we get in trouble or whatnot. This is a terrible, slow episode.
Puff on it. Okay, puff and rotate your cigar as I'm gonna just help you here. Yeah. There you go. You're good.
Also, put the flame too close, right? That's a big thing.
It's just burning the cigar. You kind of get a burnt taste.
Yeah, this is not bad though.
Well, you just started it.
But I mean, compared to every other thing that's not a Cuban, this is not bad.
And you know what? This is not an expensive cigar. This is relatively cheap cigar. A few bucks a stick.
Maybe I'll start smoking cigars. No, not at all.
No, Carl, you won't. You won't.
So,
Carl.
so we did look into this because Blake's super into cigars,
Yep.
and we looked into to selling cigars and bringing them in and whatnot, and the markup or the government tax on cigars is 75% of whatever you sell it for. You have to give to the government,
Yeah.
no matter what, regardless.
It's astronomical.
So if it's a $10 cigar, you have to give $7.50 to the government.
Yeah.
But let's say it costs you $2.50 to buy the cigar itself.
Yeah.
You make zero money.
Yeah.
Zero.
Yeah. That's fucked.
Yeah.
That's really fucked.
But you know what's interesting though? Cigarettes aren't like that.
Yeah, right?
Cigarette causes how many health problems?
Yeah.
Addiction. Because you don't inhale a cigar. This is every once in a while for a taste. It's like, there's no such thing as going in your lungs.
I hope you don't smoke like that all the time.
Okay? But yet, somehow, the government has decided that highly addictive narcotic
Yeah.
is legal.
Yeah. And chemicals.
Oh my God, chemicals.
Right?
This is, it's not just tobacco, okay? It's tobacco sprayed with all kinds of shit to make it even more addictive. It's quite terrible, actually. And, but you know, the government's, well, they won't actually say this to your face, but the government's reasoning is we get so much tax money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keep buying it. More addictive things on the market. Like, but
That's
I
what it's all
thought
about,
we weren't
right?
supposed to have addictive things
Yeah.
on the market. Like,
Yeah. But look at what they're doing with our food, what they put in our food and stuff and consume and shit. Like, it's fucking insane.
yeah, it's incredible. And like processed food, the cost of food right now. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna grow. I have been. I started. Nothing grew it. I started all kinds of things in little cups. Only like 3 tomato plants. I've started. Yeah. 2 different kind, 2 or 3 different kinds of tomatoes, but only two cups. Started. So all my onions, all my peppers, hot peppers, regular sweet peppers.
Nothing took?
Oh,
Brutal.
yellow beans took quite well. Corn grew well. It's growing well. Snap peas, sugar snap peas or whatever they're called.
Okay.
Though those are growing well.
Nice.
What else do we have? Cucumber. I did not plant cucumbers.
Potato? You potatoes?
Did not plant potatoes, and I want to plant potatoes because I know we discussed this before, but potatoes. I'm like, it's potatoes. Who cares? Pay the
Potato.
the dollar for however many potatoes you want. But then, I think the first year I got back to the Bay, I gave you a bunch of potatoes.
Yeah, you did.
And he was like, "Oh my God, these are amazing!" I'm like,
Yeah.
"They're potatoes."
No.
Then I went on my way to eat those potatoes, and you know
agree.
what?
You concur.
I'm never buying potatoes again.
No. Either.
I'm never buying carrots again. Never buying cucumbers again, guys. You do not understand.
It don't taste the same.
Don't taste the same. There's no taste. The stuff you get at the stores, there are no taste.
Yeah.
It's you wonder why
it's grown under lights and shit to mass produce.
Yeah.
Then by the time they ship it out, and it sits and it sits and it sits and it sits and it gets to the grocery store and it sits and like fuck, like it. And you buy it
and you pick it too early to bring it to where you're supposed to put it anyway.
And you literally have it for 2 or 3 days and it goes rotten.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yep.
So
no, it's my overall plan is to attach a greenhouse to the house so I can plan it out and grow enough, smartly enough, planned out so that I can just keep growing or keep eating what I'm growing without having this big, huge ass garden outside and having this bulk fall pick is my idea.
Yeah.
To have a tomato plant always on the go.
So like a greenhouse would be beneficial.
Yeah. That's the plan. So this house, which is the studio, is going to get torn down because we've had some water damage. I have one of my monitors, one of my speakers to listen to mix and master. It's not turning on right now. And we tried different cables, different outlets. So that's busted. That's $1,000. I'm like,
ouch.
I don't have $1,000. And then I just noticed another thing. I had a 64 pad, drum pad kind of thing, MIDI controller. You can control any kind of sound. That box is wet. I'm like, what? And that's all soaked inside, right? The box is kind of wet, but the machine inside is like soaked. And then there's water splash all over around there. So there's a few places that this house is leaking. Yeah. And then we went looking at the attic a while when I first got here, and it's like
it might be a rodent problem.
Oh, yeah, there might be a rodent problem.
Or maybe ants, because I did see ants.
Some ants around, yeah. But the roof, not the asphalt tiles, but the roof itself is Jimmy rigged to be up there.
Okay.
And the floor is Jimmy rigged to be up here. I don't even know how that's staying up there. So part of the plan, I should like open a GoFundMe or a Patreon or something. If you guys love me that much, donate your money so I can have a new studio.
Carl's going to prostitute himself on OnlyFans.
I'll sell you my feet pics. Sure, I'll do that. I'm not ashamed.
You know what made me laugh is most of your subscribers stuff are all those big burly bikers. Like, remember those old
I Am a Bear.
But you remember those old Police Academy movies?
Yes.
There'd always be that Blue Oyster Bar scene where
I need to watch these. They're good.
Where they stumble, some of the officers stumble into the Blue Oyster Bar. It's a gay bar, and this was like set in the 80s, right? Those movies and stuff. So
it would totally be cancel culture today. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, 100%. But like, and they'd walk in, and next thing you know, these big, hairy, burly biker guys would grab them and start like doing the flamingo or something with them.
Oh, wow.
And like making them the bitch sort of thing.
Like, because burly, you don't mean like the Hulk / Chris Hemsworth burly. You mean like me burly.
Yeah.
But like 6 feet.
Like hairy, leather.
Oh, it's all like white now. That's disappointing.
Like those little biker hacks, those handlebar mustaches down here.
Oh, yeah.
And the assless leather chaps.
Yeah.
And all that stuff.
A stereotypical like, gay.
Yeah.
Gay idea stuff. Yeah. Gay. Dominatrix. There's a black leather. There's a whole. There's a lot of things wrapped into one.
Yeah.
In that case. Yeah. Now today with the different sexualities and whatever else.
And that fetish thing you said, like bear is
also a fetish thing. Yeah. Like I'm a bear.
Yeah.
I'm a hairy dude.
No, you're a Sam Squanch.
Sam Squanch.
Sam Squatch. That's what Bubbles from the Trailer Park Boys.
Oh, that's what he calls him.
Sam Squanch.
Excellent.
Yeah. So on my side, so we had pre-recorded those episodes for me to start working the lobster season in the spring.
Yeah.
And we knew I wouldn't have time to record easily, so we did pre-record some episodes, and you know, we touched on one of the episodes about what I was about to go do, fishing lobster, like all that lobster topic.
I might be fishing lobster this fall.
This fall, right? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so for August, September, October, If you still want to watch us, we're going to have to, please let us know. We're going to have to pre-record
Some episodes
3
again.
months worth of stuff too.
Yep. And, so we started again this morning. We had a little brief conversation before we started doing some recording.
Very brief.
Yep. And we talked about things are coming down the pipe and ideas that we have for episodes. We might change the format a bit. We typically our episodes have been 3 10-minute segments on various subjects.
That's what we tried to do. Yeah.
Right. So, and we did get some feedback a bit about.
Oh, yes. Yes,
that.
we did. Yeah.
So we're, just trying to change it up a bit. We might talk about one topic a bit longer.
For the whole half hour or
maybe even go 45 minutes instead of.
Yeah. Because we don't know what we're doing and we're trying to see what goes on.
Yep.
So far, for the most part of our fans, they enjoy it all. There's no glaring negatives.
No, just this.
Except, this green screen. That's like...
Yeah, but you guys shouldn't see a green screen.
Anymore.
Yeah, that's right. Let's discuss things that we are, that is coming down the pipe. We have a mutual friend that has a pizza oven that he built.
I mean, I'm aware of him.
Well, you know him. You went to school with him.
So grade 1 to 10, I was at the French school, the base school, and we kind of know each other, but I didn't involve myself at all with the local.
He was an architect.
Was he?
Yep.
See, at the later stages of that, I was no longer involved either, really.
But
I was involved, but I went to school in town.
Yeah.
Even with that, I was barely going to Air Cadets at that point.
Okay.
But yeah, okay. But I know who he is there.
Yeah.
GJ.
Yeah.
JG.
For a long time, he was a carpenter by trade.
Yeah.
He works,
Still is though, eh?
He works in his own little shop now, on his own time. Mm-hmm. But he works in Brunswick Housing.
Ah, yes.
Right? So he
Moving up in the world.
Yeah. Just how it goes, I guess.
Absolutely.
And on his own time, he has his own little wood shop and makes boxes for ashes for people for their pets and stuff.
He made a Thor hammer.
Yeah, he makes tables. He makes coffee tables, guitar stands, stools and stuff like that. Which
Super
is
cool.
Neat. I've seen he actually made a small a cigar humidor, which looks really nice.
Yes.
Really nice.
And if we're smart, you'll have a link to his Instagram somewhere.
I work with some immigrants and stuff like that. Have befriended some of them.
Most of them.
Yeah, I'm a friendly guy. What can I
See,
say?
this guy complains like, "Oh, where's my friend? Where's my friend?" But when he's working, do you think he calls me? No, I haven't seen him in months.
True.
But you know what? Who he hangs out with all the time, gets drunk with all the time. Not me.
Well, you're not a fan of drinking as much.
I am not a fan of drinking. That's a very good point. Yeah.
And I am. I like drinking. I like having a good time. I'm gonna get a blast. That's how that look.
All I was gonna say that I has a belly and I need to lose weight.
Typical Carl.
Yeah.
Every episode, you make that comment once in an episode. Man.
Yeah, but I really gotta do it though. If I'm gonna work on a boat, I'm gonna die.
A Mexican friend of mine on the podcast.
A Mexican.
A Mexican. That's what he is.
Yeah. And then we're gonna have a Dominican Republic, right?
Yeah. One of my friends from the Dominican Republic.
Was he there? Did I meet him?
He was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Okay. I met one. I was talking to one for a while, but I don't think because he didn't. And I asked him. He didn't speak about wanting to be on the podcast or anything.
Talk about different ways of life, the culture,
housing,
food,
religion, maybe. Oh, whatever they're cool with talking about.
Yeah, not religion. Things like he was telling me, Raniel from the Dominican, he brought me some cigars over.
Ooh.
So it's a thing for us Canadians when we go there. Stuff like if you walk into a shop, there's a 5-pack of cigars there that I want. Never accept the first price.
Oh yeah.
Right? You literally have to even he told me these guys are trying to rip me off. No, dude, I'm not Canadian. I'm Dominican. No, give me a better price than that.
Yeah.
And they went back and forth until they settled on the price he was willing to pay for it. Mm-hmm. So, which was interesting to me. How many tourists?
You've never seen this before. Okay.
But how many tourists go to Mexico, Dominican, Cuba, whatever, and don't understand these things and totally get fucking ripped on?
As a foreigner, 100% you are rich regardless, and you get ripped off even with bartering. You're still gonna get ripped off.
But it's not as bad, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
If you're wise enough,
and it's not our culture too, right? You have to be told or aware
exactly
that this is how it works.
I wouldn't have thought of that If he hadn't told me,
Yeah,
I'd be like,
yep.
okay, I think that's too expensive. I'm just not going to buy it. I'm not going to be like, no, this price is too high. You need to make me a better price.
Yes. Yeah. It's a thing. I've dealt with that quite a bit.
Okay.
And
Like
in the
where?
end, I dislike it.
Yeah, because it's not.
Time wasting, but it's also kind of fun. But then you have to do that for everything.
Yeah.
It's like,
But it's also not part of our culture. We're used to
Yes,
just going to stores or shops, whatever.
yeah,
Be like,
that's the price that we pay.
if you want it, that's what you're going to pay for it. And we don't like, oh, okay, that's too expensive. Like I'd be comfortable paying this for it. Like,
But the thing is also at the same time, how much is it really worth?
Yeah.
Like and then well, interestingly enough, I was trying to buy a car. I was pushing for a lower price, we'll say, and in the end, it's like I can't, because if I go any lower, I'm not going to get paid. So how do you barter, but then not insult the
that's-
merchant either, right?
That's like next thing you try to lowball them so much, you're like, get out of my shop,
yeah.
leave, Canadian, leave, and then they get typecast. Be like, he starts thinking, all Canadians are cheap. No, just that one.
Yeah. It's not cheap, it's about getting a fair price, really.
Yeah.
is what
It's
it is.
bartering. That's
But I'm hoping after a while, in that kind of case, that if you develop a relationship with a certain seller, that they'll, okay, you're my friend, I know you, you come here all the time.
yeah.
This is the
When you
legit-
come to my country, you come here to buy
Or shop.
this. Yeah, you come here to buy this product.
Because that idea is still here within North America or Canada at least. The only real place that I've seen really per se is car shopping.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Remember when you bought your Honda?
Yeah, we literally sent a mass email out to multiple dealerships. You're like, look, we're not messing around. Somebody's gonna get a sale, but it's gonna be whoever gives us the best
deal.
price on the car.
Yeah, and it's funny out here because it's all about the payments, right? Well, how much can you pay per month? I'm like, no. The price for the car.
Yeah.
Payments will be what the payments will be on the price of the car.
But the price of the car, we're going with the cheapest.
Yeah, because the car is the same. There's
And
nothing different.
I remember like the day we were actually on our way to pick up the car, we had one of the other places call and be like, oh, we'll give you this. Okay, what's the price of the car?
Yeah.
And they're like, we're like, because right now I'm actually on my way to pick up a car for this price, and they literally, let's give me a beat. Like, nope, we can't match that.
yeah. Because
all right, bye.
I think in this case it was like the day of or the last day, or we're like,
No,
okay,
it was
look,
the day.
we're done.
We were halfway.
Oh, we're halfway there.
Halfway to Fredericton.
Because it was just the dealership that said, "Tell us the price and we'll beat it."
Yeah.
Okay,
How was
cool.
it? Yeah, and they're like, nope, can't
Yeah.
touch it. Can't touch it.
Can't done it. Yeah.
It's like, that's what we thought. Click. Oh, but that's literally how that went. And
Yeah, because there's no fucking around, guys. It's this is wasteful. It's stupid. It's not fair.
no, and I mean they're there to make
Money.
the most money,
Yeah,
and
take our money.
if you're, and you know, they do make a fair amount of money on a lot of people that are naive and
Yeah.
unwilling to go.
Well,
through
that's it. Well, I mean, they make between what, at least $2,000 per car, so $2,000 to $10,000 per car.
Yeah.
We'll say, and they were not talking about like the high end Corvettes or anything.
No,
We're just
no.
talking about the regular whatevers.
Yeah, like that.
Because even when they show you, oh, this is how much we pay for the car, I'm like, that's the one you show to the customer. It's not the real one.
Yeah.
What's it called? The invoice.
Yeah, the demo.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, right? We did have a really ugly spring. Spring was wet. It
Yeah.
was
It's very rainy out here.
rainy, a lot more
Cold was wonderful. It's so
Windy.
hot. Like my shirt is totally soaked right now.
more windy than it's been previous years.
okay.
The lobster season was not the best. It was decent, but it wasn't what it's been the last 7-8 years. Nice weather, not so much rain. As much as we felt it, fishermen and fish plants and stuff like that. The peat moss industry has really felt it too. Because
Right, because they needed to be dry so they can soak
so they
up
can
the peat moss.
vacuum the peat moss. They haven't been able to. Like a lot of those fields are like soup, right? Like it's a mucky.
We were like planting the garden and preparing the cups, and you couldn't put dry peat moss, so you have to soak it with water. And like it took a lot of water because you get it to be mushy and kind of malleable. It's crazy because otherwise it's almost like a powder. It really is almost like a powder. And then like think about like cinnamon or any kind of dry spice like that when you try to add water to it, well, or even pancake mix, concrete. You add the water, but it disappears, but it's still dry. Like what's going on, right? You add more and more and more. So that same thing. You can't suck up soupy. Well, the machine is not built for that anyway.
No, and then not just that. What would happen is if you did try to pick that up and pile it and leave it in the field, and then the sun beats on it and it heats from the inside.
Oh yeah, it's catch on fire, eh?
It gets hot and it warms and it warms and to the point that it will ignite.
Oh, yeah.
Because peat moss, if it's not harvested the proper way, is a fuel. Like, it'll burn, man. Like, you go into a field dealing with a peat moss fire, no joke. Like, yeah, it's hot. Like, I've seen people like test their piles, right? They have these long probes they stick in the middle of the pile to see if it's heating from inside or not. And it's something they do all summer. Like, you can literally take a whole egg and stick it in one of those hot spots in there. It'll cook the egg right there. It'll cook the egg in the peat moss.
At one point in history anyway, they used to run pipes from the house to like manure piles, and the heat built up in the manure piles would be enough to heat the air that would be sucked into the house to heat up the house. Yeah.
Would it smell?
No, because you have a pipe going through it, and the air from the outside goes to the pipe that then runs through the pile of manure to the house.
So it takes the odor.
So it doesn't take the odor.
Good. Because your house smell like shit.
And that kind of idea is the same idea as you have a wood burning hot tub.
Okay.
That the hot air is pulled in from a pipe.
So that's what we have planned so far. He's been doing work behind the scenes. We are officially on Spotify now.
Oh, we are.
So the people that want to listen and don't have time to watch videos and stuff, you could still put us on. Give us a listen and some feedback if you want
your
to.
playlist. Yeah. I'm not sure if you can comment. Can you comment on Spotify? I don't know.
People that
we're gonna find
listen
out.
to Spotify,
Please
let us know.
Yeah.
We also have an Instagram page. We will be posting. You should see right here the links and the Instagram handle and all that stuff right here. So please follow, show us some love.
That's if I learned enough to know how to put a window
have
here.
some discussion. And at the same time, I'm going to say, we have had some followers.
29.
Yeah. Hey, which is
30
something to
be
me.
cool. Come on, one more.
When we started this, like, I was shooting for 5. If we had 5,
we were hoping for 10 views.
Yeah.
And then the first video is like, what, 260 now?
Yeah.
And of course, that's the most watched one.
Yeah. Which is sad because it's probably one of
the worst. Really. But I mean, fun for us.
Yeah.
But one of the worst for an actual audience. Part of that discussion about how we want to go forward, we're debating, or for me anyway, have a little bit more scripted, because all the YouTube channels I watch, now they're YouTube, essentially video game news type stuff, but they're very all scripted. Angry Video Game Nerd, The Completionist, maybe not Ryu Car, I guess.
Yeah.
But when Arlo, when they speak, it's they have written out the script, 10, 15, 20 minutes, however long the episode is. They deliver it like they're news anchors. It's so funny. Today in Final Fantasy 16.
So that's where we are. We really hope you guys stay tuned and keep following and watching, see what's coming up. Watch us try to evolve our product.
And I mean, we had 8 episodes. Our brand. Oh, we don't have a brand. Oh, we're old and gray. But you look really young. Maybe I should shave my beard.
Man, from what I'm seeing on the monitor right now, all I see is sunburn.
It's not red. It's a little like tanned. I wear a hat when I go outside in the sun because it's hot, Blake, and humid. Oh my God!
It's been really humid. Like, even when it's not super hot,
terrible. It's crazy.
Like, I woke up this morning and the first thing I did was I wanted to see the next few days temperature wise.
Oh yeah,
92% humidity. 92% humidity. That's fucking brutal, man.
And for you who are not from humid places, I had a friend post at the East Coast, and he's like, "Man, nobody told us about the humidity."
Even the Dominicans and the Mexicans and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, one thing I get a lot from them is like, it's warm. and I mean, they're from hot places, right? But the sun's
it's not humid.
Yeah, but it's the sun's not out, but it's still like
muggy.
Yeah,
it's like
so muggy.
Like, the worst part for me is when you're sitting at home trying to play a video game
and just sweating,
and you're just sweating. You can feel it.
This is not that hard to press a button, but I am sweating.
It was awesome too. At one point, I was there talking to Chad, and
which is one of our supporters,
beautiful supporters, and his girlfriend was trying to sneak some pictures of us together. He loves me.
He loves me.
And he didn't even know my name. I'm like, what's my name? He's like, what's my name?
You're Blake's co-host on that podcast.
Mm-hmm. Some fan he is.
Hey, but that's how popular you are. You're known by
Blake's friend. Hey, yeah, I'm Blake's friend.
You go out in public and you're like, you're the podcast
guy. Yeah. In general, though, for places I've been and whatnot, I'm surprised with how many people know who I am. I'm like, what did I do to deserve this?
But also, a lot of people don't know you because, like you said, you graduated and you left.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's hard to put a name to a face that
you don't know.
Yeah.
And then I'm like full beard now, too,
yeah,
right?
I had a coworker that's even closer to our age, and your beard had her fooled. She had no idea who you were. Not
she.
Yeah.
She's single?
No. And she's like, who's the guy doing the podcast with you? I'm like, it's Carl.
There's a girl watching us?
Yeah, Chad promotes us a lot. Chad is like, look, seriously, Chad is like our number one fan. He's like
Number one fan.
He's like a groupie. A groupie we won't do.
And he wants me to have a video game channel.
Yeah.
And I need you to ask him what games, because there's a couple of games he wants me to do specifically.
Okay. All right.
And I need to do that because it doesn't necessarily require you.
Yeah.
So I can do that on my off time.
Yeah. You can do that side project.
Yeah.
And you know, he'll suggest things. Him and another follower actually sent us pictures of them watching the podcast. And to anybody else out there, if you guys want to do the same, if you want to show us that support, send us the picture of you watching it, and I'll post.
We'll Instagram you.
Yeah, all of these, and we'll
and we'll even put them on there.
Yeah.
Or we can like fan of the week or something.
Yeah, and we'll call you out on it, the tag and all that
Accolades.
stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
So please just keep on following, keep on watching. That's it for me for this episode.
So this is our first episode of season 2.
Intro to season 2.
Intro, yeah, exactly.
This is where we're going. That's it for me.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody.
Peace out, guys.
And we'll see you again.